Well, good morning everybody. This is our second day of working on House Flipper. We're back at our old shack, as you can see, and heading in to see what's waiting for us on the laptop. We've added some blinds in here. This place will really, it'll get there. Let's see what's in the inbox this morning. Amaranth walls, a baby on the way, bushes, walls. Okay, let's just go from the top, see what tools we can get. Bonjour, I want my house to look a bit more arty. Can be done, although I may not be the best person to come to for that. Paint some walls in the living room amaranth and the remaining walls a stunning grey. Also replace the broken electrical socket. Merci, Amanda Johnson. Alrighty, let's go visit Amanda. Alright, some colour on the walls. Oh, I got a paintbrush. Thank you. Let's get going. Look at this garden. It's very bare. That must be the living room. Okay, no tasks in. Yep, okay, tasks in here. Amaranth Adventure and grey and the socket. The socket should. There's no socket in here, so there must be in another room. We'll go looking for that later. Tab, let's find our paint. You can do this two ways. You can either type it up here. Actually, you don't even have to write the whole word out. I reckon I'm starting out, so it's going to take me at least 2 paint tins. Actually, yeah, let's do 2. I'm only going to do 1 wall in this, but I'm going to do that wall in this. So you look one way and you get an eyeful of grey, of pink, and you look the other and you can relax a bit with some grey. Oh gosh, always starting out so slow. And you can paint over where you've been, so that's going to be annoying until I fix that. Alright. You'll notice the colours are lighter when you haven't done it properly. You'll also notice, if you look on the right hand side, that, I love the reach, on the right hand side, that your percentage bar will go up as you finish each little stripe. This is the hardest corner to get, you just have to aim, I guess. Alright, and refill that roll. Okay. If I remember rightly, the music was really soft when I listened to the last playthrough, so I'm going to just adjust the settings and bring that music up a little bit. Hopefully I won't deafen you all. I just forgot about it until now. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright. Oh, yep, continue game. And I'm refilling my paintbrush. So hopefully you can hear the music a little bit better rather than just me all the time. I'm using so much paint. Okay. Alright. One of the not so fun things about painting when you first start is you can paint a wall a second time when you've painted it already. And I'm thinking I'm using enough paint as it is. So let's increase our paint, fix our paint usage, because the other thing this does is if I've missed a bit and I can't tell, it will go over it again. And if I haven't missed it, it won't repaint it. So now I know where I've been. And when we get that next paint point, we are going to just work on speeding things up. So if you're the sort of person who likes to get everything done with a minimum of fuss and that you like to firm that up early on, that paint skill is just really good for helping you do that. Of course, it takes you a little bit longer to get the next one. But we can do something inside our house next, so that'll help. Time to paint the office. It's not going to be pink. You know what? I was only going to do one wall, Amaranth. Oops. I'm not repainting it. Don't worry. She can have 2 walls Amaranth and 2 walls grey, so I did only need 110. Just got absent-mindedly. One of the things I find really relaxing about this game is you go from a really manky looking house and you can just make it look nice. I find that it's pretty zen. You don't have to win, you don't have to beat any monsters, you're not going to get eaten by the house, well that would be pretty funny. You just relax. This time we're going to remember that we're just doing 2 walls. When I first started playing, you couldn't get rid of your empty paint tins. It used to drive me nuts. I'm really glad that they've changed that to a hand instead of the cell tool now. Just really enjoyed that. Also, I like to get rid of my partially empty paint tin too, but that's not going to happen. So the other colour we wanted was grey. And as you can see, there's a ton of those. So this is the other way you can find it. You just go wandering down and I may have wandered right past it. There we go. I'm only going to need 110, so that's good. Paintbrush, not when was the last time we painted a house with your broom? And I did forget to put my timer on again, which is a bit not really good with this game. There we go. So just going to track the time so I don't excuse me, I'm just going to track the time so I don't do too much. Right. Give you a super long episode. Yes, a paint skill. That's awesome. Let's go a little bit quicker. I used to do the paint more function, but that actually doesn't help you go faster. Or at least I didn't find it helped you go faster until you sped up with paintbrush. And after that, the paint more walls function is really good. Right. Using less paint is great too, but we'll do that after we've gotten a bit quicker. Painting like planting and watering is just another one of those things. You can hold your left mouse button down and slide the pointer along, and you will just keep painting without having to spam click, which is also a really good feature. There we go, all the painting tasks are done. I can't get rid of the paint tins because they're not empty, and that's okay, she can match her paint anyway. Let's find this power socket. I think I see a flash of red in here. There we go. Oh wow, there are 2 power sockets. If you'll notice, your tasks have changed again, and you need to mount 2 devices. These things you just E for assemble, undo the center screw. Now, you can't do anything else until that thing is off the screen. So sometimes you'll take a bit more time. Okay. The minute you put the dark green wire in, it turns around this way. So if you don't like it turning around till you put the wires in, hit the dark green one last, I think. Put the screws back in, and away we go. And the other one, to pick up, and shift mouse wheel, and just lets you back it up a bit. Turn things at 90 degrees instead of having to scroll, which is also a nice feature because the scrolling is good when you want to do fine placement, but it's not really good when you just want to do quick placement. So the shift scroll is really good. Again, it doesn't turn until you've got that green wire. You can hold the mouse button down, the left mouse, and slide it along those, and rather than just having to click each individual one. It's just one of those other things I like. I am actually going to put that bed back. Pick it up, shift, scroll. Oops, not control. There we go. And it won't matter what direction you face, your furniture will retain that same angle that you put it on when you organize it. We are at 100% completion, so we'll go up here and head into the next task. Our task is going to take a bit longer, so we're probably going to start to slow down our rate actually. Instead of getting into the next task, let's look at the cell tool. Oh, I have got a cell tool. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. You used to only be able to find the cutlery in your houses, and now we can, let's not sell the table out from under the thing. Alright. Shift. But now you can find it in the store, so I don't feel bad about getting rid of all those anymore. Which didn't stop me before, but anyway. And get rid of that janky old light fitting. All right, now we can start doing stuff. On the Vampire's radio. So we're going to put on a new door. They have outside doors and inside doors. I'm actually going to go with white. This is where your shift key comes in really handy. You can just pivot that door really easily. Alrighty. If you close the X, you'll end up at the same point on the page that you left it on. If you just go back to the other one, you'll end up at the top of the page. That way, there we go. Oh, pretty. Let's go into house, into walls, into paint because I don't want to scroll through tiles and I can't use them yet. I'm actually thinking of making this a kind of a blue house. And I might let's get with the ice blue and just see how that goes. It's a bit cold though, I think. Right, so with not selling the paint in the mission, that's just one of the mission parameters. If I want to sell a half full tin of paint in my own place, I can, or in any of my renos I can. So that's not actually a glitch, that's just the way that mission's set up. So you'll find very often if you can do things in a mission, so if you could do things at home but can't do them in a mission, it's just because you're not supposed to be doing it at the mission. So this is the best way to increase your paint speed. It's just by doing a ton of painting. And it might drive you bats to start with, but that's okay. I love this little tiny house. I can just reach my paint tin from wherever I am. Of course, that does not stop me not being able to steer. There you go. Right. If you're wondering why I'm worrying about making it perfect in my home office, it's because I'm eventually going to sell it, and it does affect the buyers. They like what they like, and one of those things is painting every wall, including those fiddly little corners. So you will get some buyers that will pay you more for a perfect paint job. Pretty much like it is in real life, actually. You know, if the buyer comes in and there's bits they've got to touch up, they're not too happy. Your paint color does affect who buys your house and who will pay more for it. Some of the clients have distinct color preferences. Most of them like light colors though, so this will, even though I can't see them approving or disapproving, this is actually going to help. It's not going to help, it's just going to be one of those safe choices. The other reason I do the missions first is if I decide I want to keep this house because it's tiny and won't bring as much profit as any of the others, and there's only one of me anyway, I can just hang on to it. But I do like coming back to a nice clean office and not a trash heap. We can buy a radiator, let's get that done as well. I can have a nice warm house with its rad. Okay. Right, that's done. Now, is there a quick mission we can do to finish up with? Or should I leave it there? Let's check it out. These are all a little bit fiddly, but I might try and push through one more. Alrighty, baby on the way. Oh, they have a new 3-bedroom house. It needs some repairs and decorating, and they don't have any spare time to clean and renovate it, so they need our house. Clean the house, set up a nursery, crib changing table, toys, and paint it pink. Alright, no worries, Matt. Let's get to it. Okay, here we go. This is Matt's brand new house. Wow, whoever sold it in this condition is really, there's a lot to answer for. Look at this. Right, you'll notice as we go into each room, I've pointed this out umpteen times before. I'll do it once more and hopefully stop. Basically, we have tasks for each room, and in this case, we can clean as well. So sometimes I'll go through and I'll just clean out all the trash, and then I'll do all the cleaning. That's usually how I do this. But there you go. If you have a look on the right hand side, you can see that there's a percentage for cleaning dirt, and when you have all the dirt clean, that will go away pretty much like it did when we had all the painting done. So nothing wrong with that. Dirt can be tricky. I've just remembered that I don't have everything in my mini map, so what we'll do is we'll just have a quick check each time there's some under the radiator. Hopefully I can get to everything. There, sometimes you just got to back up so you can see and get that white dot on the spot that you need to clean. Makes your life easier. I've missed a patch. Right, and if you can't see it, you can see it on the mini-map, just wave your brush at it till at various points on the wall until it goes away. Furniture, as we discovered at the garage, stuff can have dirt. Alright, we haven't gotten all the dirt. Let's clean the door just in case. Yep, that was it. Alright, and dirt can be hard to see. Alright, while we're here, we might as well paint it. So we pastel pink, I believe it said. Let's just do that in the search bar because it's faster. We're probably going to need 2 buckets in here. They keep giving us paint missions like this, and our painting score is going to increase really quickly. Let's see why they might not like that. Yeah, as much as I had my doubts about a pink room, that's kind of not too bad. I am going to have to move that, aren't I? No, I'm not. There we go. I have a magic paintbrush and I'm not complaining because that's brilliant. There we go. Oh, yes, let's increase the speed a little bit more. Nice. I've missed something somewhere. Alright. So when you miss something and you don't know where it is, one of the easiest ways with this game is just to run your brush along the wall. Once you've got that, I don't want to miss any paint things going, and as you'll see, if you've missed anything, the brush will move when you hit it, which I really like. So I've probably missed, the most likely points I've missed will be in here. There. There's the light changes your brush fades as well. Sorry, the paint changes. So it can be hard to pick what you've not done, especially when you're being lazy and not moving cupboards. There we go. No, that's not that. So it must have been something I missed early on. Oh, there we go. Much better. Okay, now we can get rid of our paint tins. It's not just that it looks untidy, it's also that it makes it really hard to place anything. You'll notice that last paint tin we sold because it still had some paint in it, so it sold for a bit more than just 0. Alrighty, place object. Right, actually, let's put in this window. We will go for faster window cleaning next, but the way that it's been improved, window cleaning is not a problem at all. If you've got a steady hand, and most of you guys should. There we go. Now, the other thing is the window will not, well, you can escape out of it, but the window won't technically release you until you've actually cleaned it. So I've missed a bit somewhere. There we go. And we'll clean that window. Most of the time you can see it, and some of the time you can't. So there, just make sure you hit the corners. You may have missed that top corner. Right. Alright, now we just need to place object crib. And this is where the search function becomes really easy. I don't even have to get out of walls. I can just type in crib. It's a girl. I don't think I have any girl colours in here for them. No, they're just going to have to put up with white. Where can I put that? Let's put that over here. Bookcase colour. Bookcase cord, sorry. Yeah, we'll leave that one at white because that seems to go nicely with the pink. Alrighty, cabinet changing table. Let's try typing changing. Yeah, that's got a bit of pink. There we go. Mum and Dad can look. Actually, let's put this over here, and that way they can reach whatever's on that shelf, and they can look out the window while they're changing nappies, because sometimes you need to take your mind off it. Alright, 2 by poof. Beans, let's try and find those. There they are. That'll do. Purple goes best with this room. Might make a little reading nook there. And maybe Mum or Dad can sit by the poop. There we go. Alright, all the tasks are done in this room. Let's go find the rest. It's not that hard, is it? In here I've got cleaning to do, so let's head with that. And you know what? We may finish this job in tomorrow's session rather than through here, because we've gone about a half an hour. So I'll clean this hallway and then we'll call it a day. Now with this game, if you're saving it, you don't need to go back to the office to save. You can actually just exit straight out of the game at this point, and that I think is what we'll do today once I get the last bit of dirt done. Okay, yep, dirt hides really well on doors. Alrighty, let's call it a day there. We will finish off Matt's house in tomorrow's session. Have a good day, and I'll catch you later.